Today, we're diving into a game-changing formula that can elevate your creativity and redefine how you think. Imagine being able to create something truly unique, something that stands out in a world that often feels like everything has already been done. It's not just about being different, it's about being authentic, pushing limits, and embracing the unknown. And the good news? There's a formula for that. Philosopher Daniel C. Dennett, in his powerful book, Intuition Pumps and Other Tools for Thinking, introduces a concept called juicing. This isn't just a philosophy term, it's a strategy used in art, science, and even tech innovation. And today, we're going to break it down into 3 simple steps that you can start using right now. First things first, you've got to understand the game before you can change it. Whether you're passionate about music, art, coding, or even business, you need to get deep into the system. Learn its rules, master its techniques, and understand what makes it tick. Think of it like this. If you sit down at a piano without knowing how to play, it's just noise. But once you grasp the basics, chords, scales, rhythms, you can start to experiment, mix things up, and create something that's never been heard before. It's like playing in a sandbox, but with purpose. This is why the greats, whether they're artists, musicians, or entrepreneurs, spend years honing their craft. They know the rules inside out, so when they break them, it's not just for shock value, it's to create something groundbreaking. So, dive in, learn the ropes, and don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. Now, here's where things get exciting. Once you've mastered the rules, it's time to step outside the box and ask, what if? What if you tried something no one else has dared to? What if you flipped the script, challenged the norm, and created your own path? Think about it. Who says music needs melody or harmony? Why should a painting always fit within a frame? These are just conventions, and the most innovative ideas often come from questioning them. Remember, the rules you're breaking might feel essential, like they're the backbone of the whole system. But here's the secret. Sometimes, when you bend or even shatter those rules, you don't just change the game, you create a whole new one. And that's where true innovation lives. Here's a truth bomb. Not everything you try will work out. But that's okay because creativity thrives on mistakes, accidents, and unexpected turns. Some of the most incredible innovations in history came from what seemed like failures at first. Dennett talks about the importance of randomness, those little mistakes that lead to big breakthroughs. So don't be afraid of messing up. That's where the magic happens. Every time something doesn't go as planned, you're one step closer to discovering something amazing. And here's where you need to stay strong, because pushing your creative engine to the max means you're going to face a lot of setbacks. But each one of those setbacks is a lesson, a stepping stone towards something truly original. Let's get real for a moment. Being creative, truly creative, often means going against the grain. It means you might be the one in the room asking the questions no one else dares to ask. You might feel alone, but trust me, you're not. Every revolutionary idea started with someone who wasn't afraid to stand out, to be different. In Loon Shots, Safi Bahcall shares stories of ideas that seemed crazy at first, but ended up changing the world. These loon shots weren't easy to sell. They were laughed at, rejected, even buried. But those who believed in them didn't give up. And neither should you. If you've got an idea that feels too wild, too out there, hold on to it. Nurture it. Because that's where the future lies, not in following the trends, but in setting them. And sometimes, the biggest risk is not taking one at all. Look at organizations like DARPA, which have funded some of the craziest ideas that didn't always pan out but were essential in pushing the boundaries of what's possible. DARPA gave those ideas space to breathe, to evolve. And from that space came innovations like the internet and GPS things that have fundamentally changed our lives. So, if you want to be creative, you've got to give yourself that same space. Don't cram your schedule so full of productive tasks that you leave no room for exploration. Creativity needs time, it needs freedom, and it needs the courage to fail. But here's a challenge we all face. While we say we value creativity, Our actions often say otherwise. Back in the 1950s, psychologists Jacob Getzels and Philip Jackson found something surprising. They discovered that while nearly all teachers claimed creativity was crucial, they actually favored less creative kids because they were easier to manage. And this isn't just about school. It's true in business, science, and even government. We say we want innovation, but we're often scared of what it brings: uncertainty, change, and a loss of control. But here's the deal. If we want to change the world, we have to embrace creativity in all its messy, unpredictable glory. We have to support those who dare to think differently, who aren't afraid to ask, what if? The future is in your hands. You've got the tools, the talent, and the drive to make a real impact. But don't just follow the path that's already been laid out. Blaze your own trail. Challenge the norms. Embrace the accidents and never, ever be afraid to be different. Because the world doesn't need more of the same. It needs you in all your unique, creative glory. So go out there, juice your creativity, and show the world what you're made of. The future is yours. Now go create it.